Josh Goldstein, your favorite immigration lawyer, coming at you live. Hope you're doing awesome. Hope everyone is doing amazing. I'm just going to wait a moment to give you a chance to catch up to me. Yeah, if you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer who truly cares about helping you reach your immigration goals. And just now, I had a meeting with a client who just got approved, and he was so happy. He went to his interview for his visa 5 months ago. He was told everything worked great, and he was told he was being put in administrative processing. And once he found out that he was put in administrative processing, he was really worried about that. He was concerned. He didn't know what to do, but he said he'd been following me and my content for months. And because of that, he knew exactly what to do. He contacted his wife and he said, look, we have to take action. We have to go after this. And at that point, he was super confident in me and my team. And it took us only I think 75 days to get his visa approved and unstuck from administrative processing. Ismail, welcome. Ruth, thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing this. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. Yes. Let me know what questions you have. I'm allergic to going live. Let me know what questions you have. I am here for you, people. I am here for you. And I want to thank Ruth for sharing this. Yvonne, Harry, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Do I take asylum cases? So Blanca has a question. So do I take asylum cases? Well, let me clarify. If you applied for asylum and your application for asylum is just stuck, you can't seem to get an interview, or maybe you go to your interview and you can't get a decision and months go by, that's a case we can help you with. If you have already gotten asylum or refugee status and you want to apply for your family members, we can help you with that. If you have asylum status or refugee status and you petition for your family members and the case is just stuck, we can help with that. But if you want to file a new application for asylum, then that is not a case that we're not able to help you with that right now. How to expedite a pardon waiver for entering illegally. Great question. Great question. Let's see. How long is the RFE process taking? Asking me how long the RFE process takes is sort of like asking me how long is a piece of string, right? It depends. If you get an RFE and they say, please send us a copy of your medical exam, please send us your medical exam, that's going to get sorted out quickly. However, there are some RFEs that are super complicated that require tremendous amounts of work where there's some complex issue. So I guess it depends. Keval Patel, what can we do if the NVC did not schedule my visa interview? I found out that they skipped my file issue qualified documents after me. Well, here's the deal. The National Visa Center asks you for documents, fees, and information. And once you do that and they review it, your case is what's called documentarily qualified. When your case is documentarily qualified, you then get scheduled for an interview at a U.S. consulate abroad. Now, Keval, I'm assuming you know all this already. The problem comes when, for someone like Keval, who has, I think, been documentarily qualified, but just has not gotten an interview. And at that point, you should wait probably for a year and a half. And if you just can't get an interview after a year and a half, then forget it. You should go for a lawsuit, and we should sue them to force them to issue the interview. C on TikTok says, my husband still hasn't obtained his visa for 2 years. What should we do? Well, the solution that I have for people who are stuck waiting for their visas and they're frustrated and they're just not going anywhere is that you should contact us and you should hire us or consider hiring us to file a writ of mandamus lawsuit. For people that don't know, a mandamus lawsuit is a strategy that we use to get delayed cases approved. Vane, what do you think about advance parole for DACA? Is it safe? So, Vane, if you're listening, I love advance parole for DACA. I think it's awesome. And let me tell you why. People that have DACA are people who have entered the US without inspection, usually when they were quite young. Their parents bring them to the US when they're 2 years old or something like that. So they get DACA. The problem is you can't get a green card through marriage or through other immigration strategies because you don't have a legal entry. And when you get DACA and you travel and come back on DACA, then at that point you have that legal entry that cures it. Now, when you ask me, is it safe to travel? I don't know anything about your case. I don't know if you like, do you have a criminal record? Maybe you have multiple entries. Like, I would need to know more to give you that specific advice. But in general vein, I like this strategy. I think it's a good one. I also have this fear that DACA may not last. And I say this with sadness, with trepidation, with worry, because I'm a fan of the dreamers. I stand with the dreamers. I believe in people who have DACA deserve our love and support, and that they should be a pathway to green card and citizenship for these people. But because I think that Donald Trump might win the election, if he wins the election, he could cancel DACA, and so the future is murky. But if you travel and you return with advanced parole, you put yourself in a great situation. That's a long-winded answer, Vane. So I hope you got your money's worth out of it. I'm going to go back to Blanca Rivera, our friend from YouTube. She says here, when a case is closed for reentry, can it be reopened again? And that's a great question. But in order to answer it, I would need more information. So let me know. I don't know. Okay. El Grizzly. I like that name. If I had a voluntary, let's see here. Funny by Tiff. Is it possible to sue USCIS under seal? I'm not sure what that means, but I think the answer is yes. How do you get in contact with me? Blanca, I'm going to put my email address here. It's joshua@jgoldlaw.com. Hope that helps. Yeah. Let's see here. Do I take cases from any state? Yes, I do. We take cases in all 50 states around the world. People hire us from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from everywhere. We have here Ekra Amir. Josh, it's been 5 months and 2 days since I filed mandamus. It has been set for judge's review since January 12th. Approximately how much time do you think the judge will take to review it? I have no idea. I don't know. The judge will review it when the judge reviews it. These are very individual cases. So if you're a client and you have specific questions about your case, you can email us at team@jgoldlaw.com. But when will a judge make a decision is It's just impossible. People sometimes the judges make decisions right away. Sometimes they sit on them. It's very hard. Um, Funny by Tiff. Does USCIS always respond to a lawsuit? Well, how can they not? They have to go to court and show up in court and answer. Um, Tiff, if you feel comfortable doing so, please put some details in your case. We file a lot of lawsuits um, to help people get um, citizenship when their citizenship is delayed. So let me know about that. How successful are mandamus lawsuits for administrative processing under 1 year? From Yamama, they're very successful. We have a great rate of success. But if you contact us and book a free strategy session, we're going to ask you questions to learn more information about your case. We would never take a case unless we had reviewed it and we're confident that we can get you a good result. A Pakistani truck driver in South Africa wants to work in the US. Okay. Come on. Here we have somebody who says pricing is a lot, though. Not sure what that means. Cost for a lawsuit. UN case. I cannot help with a UN case. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I think I know what it is. And I can't. So there's one type of immigration case where people are given refugee status in the US. And basically the way it works is you are in a refugee camp and someone gives you an I-94 and tells you to come to the US. This is a process that I'm unable to assist with. It's basically. Shamis is here. Welcome. KK Lisboa is joining us. Political asylum to EB3. Is it possible? Yes. Candy joined us. Welcome. Mo, welcome. Abdul Ba joined us. Thank you for joining, everybody. Hey, Josh, I did get my visa approved. I'm picking up my passport today. Thank you for your advice. Kimberly, you got it. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So we have somebody here who says pricing is a lot for a lawsuit. Well, is it a lot? I mean, let me ask you this question for the person who made that comment that the pricing is a lot. Is it a lot compared to what? Is it expensive compared to waiting? We've had people who waited 8 years in administrative processing. 8 years. 8 years in administrative processing. Is it expensive compared to waiting 8 years in administrative processing? I don't think so. Kimberly, yes, Josh, after following you for a long time, thank you. That makes me so happy. Folks, today is my birthday, and Kimberly joining me and telling me that she got approved is the best birthday gift that I've gotten and that I could possibly get, because that makes me so happy. There's no place I'd rather be on my birthday than with you folks, helping you out, answering questions, and someone like Kimberly who joined us and shared with me that she got approved. It's like when I call people and tell them that they get approved for their immigration case, it is the greatest feeling in the world because I know that I've helped someone. And thank you so much for the birthday wishes. It really means the world to me to have a chance to help people and let them know that they got approved. Tiff says, how easy is it for Congress to give you citizenship? It's not happening. It's impossible. Congress is not going to give you citizenship. There was a case where like a famous ice dancer wanted to be on the Olympic team, and President George W. Bush, thank you, Denise, granted them, did something where there was some bill, but it's just not going to happen, Zahur Khan, thank you, Denise, again for a happy birthday wish. How long does it take to get military PIP decision? Lysandra, I always see you on here, and I thank you for joining me. I love working on military parole in place cases. I love helping immigrant military families and families where there's a immigrant and a veteran. Military parole in place is my jam. If you need help with that, I love it. Kimberly, this is awesome. Yeah, you got it. That's great. If I can ever do anything more to help you, then let me know. Watching from Pakistan, thank you. Zahur Khan, yes. What happens after a case is expedited? How long can one expect a case? I don't really love the expedite request process and expediting. I don't really believe in it that much. It's not a service that we provide for people because I mean, if you request that a case be expedited, a lot of times it's unlikely that they'll grant the request, and even if they do, it doesn't really effectively expedite the case that much. But let's put it a different way. Why not request that your case be expedited? Why not? It doesn't take that much time and effort to contact the agency and ask that they expedite the case. So give you don't get what you don't ask for. So why not? How long does the K1 visa process take? It's going to take you about 8 or 9 months to get your visa petition approved. Then it's going to take probably another 6 or 8 months to get an interview and get the visa. So I would say a year and a half is a rough thing. Garmal says, how long scheduled an individual hearing after the master hearing? We don't do immigration court cases, deportation defense, so I'm not an expert on that, but generally they take a long time. Can you travel if military parole in place is approved? I don't give people advice that they can travel unless I have very carefully reviewed their case. Um, uh, Iqbal says husband is in an AP since November 2023 with no reason given. Um, this is the same person who said that the fee was expensive, but I mean, look, watching from Nigeria, that's great. So, look, for people who say, oh, the fee is expensive, look, if you can get your case approved by waiting for free, then you should do that. But how would you feel if your husband's case were stuck for another 6 or 8 months? And then let's say that Donald Trump becomes president and there are no more visas issued, and then his case gets stuck indefinitely. So the cost of waiting and not doing anything, when you really think about it, is incredibly high. Um, I appreciate that it costs money to hire lawyers, and I'm not trying to sell anyone on my services who isn't interested in reaching their goals and doing that. But think it through carefully and make sure you're making the right decision. I remember having a lot of clients from Afghanistan, and before when the U.S. government had an embassy in Kabul, I would talk to Afghans, and sometimes they would hire me, and sometimes they wouldn't. And we did a lot of good work. We got a lot of people approved, and then the Taliban took over, and there is no more U.S. consulate in Kabul, and it's been a humanitarian disaster. And I think that there were a lot of people who I could have helped who, for one reason or another, decided not to engage with my services. And those people's family members are not safe. They're scattered about. Now, to get a visa, they have to travel to Pakistan or Abu Dhabi and so on. So I mean, if you could do it over again and you were back in Afghanistan before the Taliban took over and you could have gotten your visa approved with our help, I mean, why would you not do that? That would be the best decision of your life. Do you help prep I-601A while waiting for the I-130 to be approved? Yes, we can help you with that, Carrie. We love working on I-601A cases. We have a great record of success. So click the link in my bio and you can book a call with our team, and we would love to help you. Elizabeth Mills, Jess, Nana, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Greetings from Qatar. Oh, wow. We have not heard from USCIS after the interview. Are you able to help with such cases? Yes, I can, and it's also given me an idea for a video to make. Toba Chukwu, is that a marriage case? I was told that we had to wait for the notice of action before you can take the case. Um, that could be our policy. I'm actually not sure. I'll tell you how that works. um, the I-601A waiver is about hardship. If you prepare it now, well, actually, I think we can do that. You don't need the notice of action, so I think we can do it. We can't submit it before the notice of action, but we can take it on now. So for the person who asked for Tobe Chukwu, your case is based on marriage. You went to your marriage-based green card interview and you haven't got a decision yet. Here's what I want to tell you, and please listen up. They may be checking to see whether your marriage relationship is fake. Okay? So make sure you and your spouse are truly living together. Make sure that you file your taxes together, that you have photos together, that you maybe have children together. Make sure that you can prove that you have an ongoing relationship that's genuine. A lot of times, if you go to the interview and then you don't get approved at the interview and they make you wait and they investigate your marriage, a lot of times there's something funny going on. There's some, you and your husband are not, or your wife are not truly living together. There's some living arrangement where you're you're not really together all the time. Somebody works in a different state or something like that. So think about that.